NCIS star Wilmer Valderrama warns major shakeups are coming to season 24 as beloved cast members exit television's longest-running crime drama faces a new era. The world of television is no stranger to change. Cast departures, creative reinventions, and dramatic story twists have become part of the entertainment landscape. Yet when those changes involve a series as iconic and enduring as NCIS, fans pay particularly close attention. That attention has intensified following comments from NCIS star Wilmer Valderrama, who recently suggested that major shakeups are on the horizon for season 24. The remarks have sparked widespread discussion among viewers, many of whom are already adjusting to the possibility of significant cast departures and a new chapter for one of television's most successful procedural dramas. For more than 2 decades, NCIS has remained a dominant force in primetime television. The series has survived changing viewing habits, the rise of streaming platforms, industry strikes, and the departure of several major stars. Through it all, the show has continued to attract loyal audiences eager to follow the investigations of the Naval Criminal Investigative Service team. Now, however, the franchise appears to be approaching another pivotal moment. Valderrama's comments have fueled speculation that season 24 could be one of the most transformative years in the show's history. A franchise built on reinvention. One reason NCIS has endured for so long is its remarkable ability to evolve. When the series debuted in 2003, few could have predicted that it would become a television institution. Originally introduced through a backdoor pilot on JAG, the show quickly found its footing thanks to its blend of crime-solving, military investigations, humor, and character-driven storytelling. At the center of the original series was Leroy Jethro Gibbs, portrayed by Mark Harmon. Gibbs became one of television's most recognizable characters, serving as the emotional and professional anchor of the team. For years, many industry observers believed the show could not survive without Harmon. They were wrong. When Harmon stepped away from the series as a regular cast member, the production faced enormous pressure. Yet the creative team managed to guide the show into a new era. The arrival of Gary Cole's Alden Parker brought a fresh dynamic while respecting the foundation that longtime viewers loved. That successful transition demonstrated an important truth about NCIS. The series thrives because of its ensemble. The strength of the show has never rested solely on one character. Instead, it has depended on a group of investigators whose personalities, friendships, and professional relationships create a compelling weekly experience. Now, with reports of further cast changes circulating, that formula may once again be put to the test. Wilmer Valderrama becomes a central figure. Over the years, Wilmer Valderrama has evolved into one of the franchise's most important stars. Joining NCIS as Special Agent Nick Torres, Valderrama brought a different energy to the team. Torres was confident, unpredictable, charismatic, and often willing to take risks that others would avoid. Initially viewed as a newcomer entering an established cast, Valderrama gradually became one of the series' most recognizable faces. Fans embraced Torres for his humor, emotional depth, and personal struggles. The character's complicated history, combined with his loyalty to teammates, made him a natural fit within the NCIS family. As veteran cast members departed, Torres became increasingly important to the show's identity. Today, many viewers see him as one of the key figures carrying the series into the future. That reality makes Valderrama's recent comments particularly significant. When a performer who occupies such a central role hints at major changes ahead, audiences naturally begin searching for clues. What exactly did Valderrama mean? While the actor stopped short of revealing specific storylines, his comments suggested that season 24 will not simply continue business as usual. The phrase major shakeups immediately captured fan attention. In television language, such terminology can mean many things: major cast departures, new leadership structures within the team, unexpected character promotions, romantic developments, dramatic personal conflicts, significant changes to the investigative unit, long-term story arcs affecting multiple characters. Because NCIS traditionally guards spoilers carefully, viewers are left interpreting every available clue. Industry analysts note that successful long-running dramas often introduce substantial changes periodically to avoid creative stagnation. After more than 20 years on the air, maintaining freshness becomes increasingly challenging. Season 24 may represent the show's latest effort to reinvent itself while preserving the elements that made it successful. The emotional impact of cast departures. Perhaps the most significant aspect of the discussion involves beloved cast members leaving the series. For longtime viewers, cast exits can feel surprisingly personal. Audiences spend years watching these characters navigate professional challenges, personal relationships, triumphs, and tragedies. Over time, the fictional team begins to feel like an extended family. As a result, every departure carries emotional weight. NCIS has experienced many memorable exits throughout its history. Some departures occurred gradually, allowing viewers time to prepare. Others arrived suddenly, creating shock and sadness among fans. The departure of a major character often triggers questions about the future. Can the show maintain its chemistry? Will replacement characters connect with audiences? Can remaining cast members fill the emotional void? NCIS has repeatedly answered those questions successfully, but each transition presents a new challenge. Season 24 appears poised to face another such test. Why long-running shows must change television history demonstrates that longevity often depends on adaptation. Shows that remain unchanged for too long frequently lose momentum. Audiences seek growth, surprise, and evolution. Creative teams therefore face a delicate balancing act. Change too much, and loyal viewers may feel alienated. Change too little, and the series risks becoming predictable. NCIS has generally navigated this challenge effectively. The show introduces new characters gradually, develops existing relationships carefully, and uses major events sparingly. This approach allows audiences to adjust while preserving continuity. If Season 24 truly brings significant changes, producers will likely rely on the same strategy. The objective is not to erase the show's identity, but to expand it. Fans react across social media. Following Valderrama's comments, fan communities quickly erupted with speculation. Online discussion forums filled with theories about which characters might depart and what storylines could emerge. Some viewers expressed excitement. Others admitted feeling nervous. Many fans pointed out that previous cast changes ultimately strengthened the series despite initial concerns. Several recurring themes emerged in fan discussions: a desire to see existing characters receive deeper storylines, curiosity regarding potential new team members, questions about leadership roles within the NCIS office, interest in how departures could affect personal relationships, speculation regarding Torres's future position within the organization. The passionate response highlights the enduring popularity of the franchise. Even after more than 2 decades, NCIS remains capable of generating significant conversation among viewers. The challenge facing Season 24. The upcoming season faces enormous expectations. Audiences want compelling investigations, emotional character development, and meaningful surprises. At the same time, they expect the show to remain recognizable. This challenge becomes even more complex when cast changes occur. New characters must feel authentic. Departing characters deserve satisfying conclusions. Existing relationships need room to evolve. Balancing these priorities requires careful planning. Fortunately for NCIS, the creative team has extensive experience managing transitions. The series has weathered numerous changes before and often emerged stronger. Whether Season 24 can repeat that success remains one of television's most intriguing questions. A turning point for the franchise. If Valderrama's warning proves accurate, historians of television may eventually view Season 24 as a major turning point. The season could mark the beginning of another era for the series. Long-running dramas rarely survive for more than 2 decades. Those that do often achieve longevity through continuous reinvention. NCIS appears determined to continue that tradition. Rather than relying solely on nostalgia, the franchise seems willing to embrace change. For fans, that prospect creates a mixture of anticipation and uncertainty. The coming months will reveal whether the shakeups Valderrama teased become transformative moments or simply another step in the show's ongoing evolution. One thing is certain, viewers will be watching closely. As production moves forward and additional details emerge, every announcement, casting update, and promotional teaser will be scrutinized for clues about what lies ahead. For a series built on solving mysteries, perhaps it is fitting that the future of NCIS remains a mystery itself. And until season 24 finally arrives, fans will continue debating the same question. What exactly are these major shakeups, and how dramatically will they change the team audiences have followed for more than 20 years? Continuing the long-form news report. Part 2. Inside the uncertain future of television's most durable crime drama, A Legacy. Few shows can match. To understand why talk of major changes has generated such intense interest, it is important to appreciate the remarkable position NCIS occupies in television history. Very few scripted dramas remain relevant after 5 seasons. Even fewer survive 10. Crossing the 20-season mark places a show in exceptionally rare company. For more than 2 decades, NCIS has managed to maintain a loyal audience, while many competitors have come and gone. Entire television eras have unfolded during the show's run. Viewers who watched the pilot episode as teenagers are now adults with families of their own. The series has become more than entertainment. For many households, it has become a tradition. Every week, viewers return to familiar characters and familiar investigations. That sense of consistency creates a powerful bond between audiences and the cast. It is also why cast exits often feel so significant. When a character leaves after appearing in hundreds of episodes, fans are not simply saying goodbye to a fictional investigator, they are saying goodbye to someone who has been part of their weekly routine for years. That emotional connection explains why discussions surrounding season 24 have become so widespread. The evolution of Nick Torres. Among the characters expected to play a major role in the show's future is Nick Torres. When Torres first arrived, he entered a difficult situation. The departure of fan-favorite characters had left a noticeable gap within the team dynamic. New additions faced enormous pressure to win over a passionate audience that had grown attached to existing personalities. Valderrama approached the challenge with confidence. Rather than attempting to imitate previous characters, he created a distinct identity for Torres. The agent's undercover background immediately set him apart. He possessed instincts shaped by years spent operating in dangerous environments where trust was often impossible. That experience made Torres both fascinating and unpredictable. At times, he appeared fearless. At other moments, deeply vulnerable. The contrast gave the character depth and helped audiences connect with him. Over subsequent seasons, viewers witnessed Torres mature both professionally and personally. His relationships with fellow agents became central to the show's emotional storytelling. As veteran characters departed, Torres gradually transitioned from newcomer to veteran himself. Today, he represents one of the strongest links between the franchise's recent past and its future. Leadership questions continue to grow. One topic frequently discussed among fans involves leadership within the NCIS team. Since the departure of Gibbs as the central authority figure, the series has explored different leadership styles and team structures. Gary Cole's Alden Parker introduced a fresh perspective. Unlike Gibbs, Parker often relies on humor, diplomacy, and unconventional problem-solving techniques. The contrast helped distinguish the new era from what came before. However, leadership remains an evolving element within the show. If additional cast departures occur, the internal balance of power could shift again. Could Torres assume greater responsibility? Might another character emerge as a future leader? Could new personnel alter the team's hierarchy? These questions remain unanswered, but they contribute to the sense of anticipation surrounding the upcoming season. The importance of ensemble chemistry television executives frequently discuss ratings, demographics, and production costs. Fans, however, often focus on something less measurable: chemistry. NCIS has succeeded largely because its cast members create believable relationships. Whether sharing jokes in the squad room, debating investigative theories, or supporting one another during personal crises, the characters feel connected. That chemistry cannot be manufactured easily. It develops over years of collaboration. Writers build it through dialogue. Actors strengthen it through performance. Audiences recognize it instinctively. Whenever a major cast member leaves, preserving that chemistry becomes one of the production's greatest challenges. New arrivals must integrate naturally into established dynamics. The process takes time. Some characters connect with viewers immediately. Others require multiple seasons before reaching their full potential. The success of season 24 may depend heavily on how effectively the show manages these transitions. Why audiences embrace change. Eventually. Interestingly, many of the most beloved NCIS characters were initially met with skepticism. Fans often resist change at first. The reaction is understandable. People grow attached to familiar faces. When those faces disappear, uncertainty follows. Yet television history repeatedly demonstrates that audiences can embrace new characters when those characters are well written and thoughtfully introduced. NCIS itself provides numerous examples. Characters who were once viewed as replacements eventually became favorites in their own right. The cycle has repeated multiple times throughout the show's history. Initial hesitation gives way to acceptance. Acceptance develops into affection. Affection transforms into loyalty. Producers likely understand this pattern better than anyone. That knowledge may explain their willingness to continue evolving the series. The growing weight of expectations. Success creates pressure. Each season of NCIS faces expectations shaped by more than 20 years of history. Viewers expect compelling mysteries, they expect emotional moments, they expect humor, they expect character development. Meeting those expectations consistently is no small achievement. The challenge becomes even greater when a season is surrounded by speculation. Now that Valderrama has hinted at major changes, every creative decision will receive increased scrutiny. Fans will search for clues in promotional material. Entertainment journalists will analyze casting announcements. Online communities will dissect every trailer frame. The heightened attention creates both opportunity and risk. If the season delivers memorable storytelling, enthusiasm could reach new heights. If changes fail to resonate, criticism may intensify. A new generation of NCIS viewers. One often overlooked aspect of the franchise's success is its ability to attract new audiences. Many current viewers were not watching when the show premiered. Some began during the Gibbs era. Others joined during Parker's tenure. Still others discovered the series through streaming services. This continual influx of new fans has helped sustain the show's popularity. For younger viewers, certain longtime characters may not hold the same nostalgic significance they do for original fans. As a result, producers must balance multiple audiences simultaneously. Veteran viewers seek continuity. Newer viewers often welcome fresh developments. The most successful seasons satisfy both groups. Season 24 appears positioned to attempt exactly that. Behind the scenes, the reality of television production. While viewers focus primarily on storylines, real-world factors also influence cast changes. Actors pursue new opportunities, production schedules evolve, creative priorities shift, contract negotiations occur, personal considerations emerge. Television series rarely remain static for long periods. The longer a show runs, the more likely it becomes that changes will occur. NCIS has experienced this reality repeatedly. The franchise has adapted each time. Some departures were planned years in advance. Others happened more unexpectedly. In every case, writers face the challenge of integrating real-world developments into fictional narratives. Season 24 will likely continue that tradition. What makes a memorable exit? When beloved characters leave, fans typically hope for one thing above all else: respect. Audiences invest years in these characters. They want conclusions that feel meaningful. A memorable exit does not necessarily require tragedy or spectacle. Sometimes the most satisfying departures are quiet and emotional. Other times, dramatic storylines create unforgettable television moments. The key is authenticity. Viewers want endings that honor the character's journey. NCIS has produced several notable farewells throughout its history. As speculation grows regarding future departures, expectations for those storylines continue to rise. Could season 24 be the most emotional yet? Many observers believe the upcoming season could place a stronger emphasis on emotional storytelling. Major cast changes naturally create opportunities for character-driven narratives. Friendships may be tested, professional relationships may evolve, unexpected alliances may form, long-standing tensions could resurface. Personal growth may become a central theme. These elements often resonate deeply with audiences because they extend beyond weekly investigations. Crime solving remains important, yet many viewers return primarily because they care about the people solving those crimes. Season 24 could lean heavily into that emotional connection, the business side of longevity. From an industry perspective, NCIS remains a remarkable success story. Networks continually search for programs capable of generating consistent audiences over many years. Such shows are rare. NCIS has delivered stability across multiple television eras. Its success has helped launch an expansive franchise that includes numerous spin-offs and international adaptations. That achievement reflects both strong creative leadership and enduring audience support. As long as viewers remain invested, the franchise retains significant value. The challenge is ensuring that investment continues despite inevitable changes. Valderrama's comments suggest the series is preparing to confront that challenge directly rather than avoiding it. Looking toward the future. Although uncertainty surrounds Season 24, uncertainty is not necessarily negative. In many ways, mystery fuels excitement. Fans enjoy speculating. They enjoy theorizing. They enjoy anticipating surprises. The current conversation surrounding NCIS demonstrates that the series still possesses the ability to capture public attention. After more than 20 years, that accomplishment is impressive. Whether the coming shakeups involve departures, arrivals, promotions, or dramatic story twists, one fact appears increasingly clear. The creative team is not interested in standing still. Season 24 may represent another bold attempt to redefine what NCIS can be. For longtime viewers, the journey promises excitement, nostalgia, and perhaps a few tears along the way. And if Wilmer Valderrama's warning proves accurate, audiences should prepare themselves for a season capable of changing the franchise in ways few expected.